Hello children, welcome to AIMS India online classes. So let us continue the fourth part of animals lesson. Okay children, so what are you seeing on the screen? So they are birds. No, beautiful and colorful birds. So today we'll be knowing some information about birds. So where do these birds live children? Where do they live? So we'll be seeing so many birds around us in our daily life. Okay. So where can we see them? We can see them mostly on trees. No? So as we have got our home and our houses to live comfortably, so same like that the birds, they'll get shelter on a tree. Okay, trees are their homes. Why do they want shelter? To have shade, to make themselves comfortable, okay, and to have food from the plants and the insects. Okay, so because of this, most of the birds live on trees. Clear children? So we'll learn something more about the birds. So what are birds first of all? Birds are the animals with their bodies covered with feathers. No? So how are the bodies of the birds children? They are covered with feathers. No, according to the bird you can see colorful feathers. And they have a pair of wings and feet. And what do they have along from the feather? They have wings. Why do they have wings? To fly. And feet also. And birds do not have teeth but they have beaks. Do not have teeth but they have beaks. Now children, what did we learn when we were discussing about the animals in the previous session? So we said that animals have teeth. Because of the teeth they are able to eat food. No, like the teeth is also of different types. But here if you see birds, they do not have teeth. So they do not have teeth, then how can they eat? If they do not have teeth, then how can they eat? They have beaks. Because of the beaks, they can eat their food. Clear children? So here, this beak works as teeth for them. Beak. Can you see here? So this part is known as beak. Clear? So birds do not have teeth, but they have beaks. And different type of beaks. Again in this beaks, you have got different type of beaks. Like animals have got different type of teeth. No, for wild animals you have got sharp and long teeth in the front. No, so domestic animals have got some other type of teeth. Same like that here in birds you have got different type of beaks. So what are they children? So we'll just learn about them. Different birds have different types of beaks as they have different eating habits. See here. So why they have different type of beaks means as different birds eat different food. No, as they eat different food. Some type of birds eat some type of food, and other type of birds may eat other type of food. For example, parrot. If you see parrot eats what children? Mostly the fruits. And if you see a vulture, no, that type of bird, it will eat insects and also some animals, flesh of some animals also. That is a wild bird. Okay, parrot is a domestic bird. So according to their eating habits, so they have got different type of beaks. Clear children? Same like as animals also. And birds use their beaks to catch and eat food. Birds, why do they use beak children? To catch and eat food. They use their beak to catch and eat food. Maybe it may be an insect, it may be a fruit, vegetable, whatever it may be. So what are all the food they are eating? They will catch it with their beaks. Okay. And the shape of the beak is suited to the kind of food they eat. Even the shape of the beak, if you see here, all these are beaks only. But we said that these beaks are different. Why? Because as they eat their food, according to that food, their beak structure is designed. So The beak is suited to the kind of food they eat. It is suited in the sense it is made according to the food they eat. Clear, children? Now we'll see how the strong, sharp and hooked beak are. See here in the in this. So flesh-eating birds such as eagle, vulture, owl and hawk eat small birds and animals. So who has got this strong, sharp and hooked beak? Hooked beak in the sense it has just a small bent at the edge like this. Okay, so these are all like wild animals. Okay, and flesh eating birds like wild animals as said, such as eagle, vulture, owl and hawk. They eat small birds and also animals. They have strong, sharp and hooked beaks to tear the flesh of their prey. Prey is nothing but food, children, their food. Like what they have catched for their food. Okay, that is called as prey. Okay, so why they have got this strong and sharp hooked beak in the sense? Because they are eating animals and small birds, so that food is very strong. Now to tear it, they should have sharp teeth. And here, as they do not have teeth, so they are using beak only as their teeth. No, so that is why they have got very strong and sharp hooked beak. Clear, children? So who has got this? So flesh eating birds like eagle, vulture, owl and etc. Okay, and now we'll see about some other birds, like different type of beaks for them. And strong, sharp and chisel shaped beak. What is the chisel, children? Like it is a cutting tool. Like we use it in our daily life. It is a cutting tool with a sharp edge. Okay, I'll just draw it for you here. Like it is just like this, and this part is called as chisel. So it is just like a knife. Okay, this part is very sharp and we'll use it for cutting actually. Clear, children? Okay, so this type of beak, who is having birds such as woodpecker have strong, sharp and chisel shaped beak. See here it is the picture of the woodpecker here. So this type of birds have got this type of beak, which is very much strong, sharp and chisel. Why we call it woodpecker, children? Why this bird is called as woodpecker? See here in the picture, it is just making hole in the trunk or in the branch of a tree here. In the sense it is just picking the wood. No, that is why it is called as woodpecker. Clear, children? Now their beaks help them to make holes into the hard tree trunks and pick up insects from the holes. See here, why are these beaks helping for them? So their beaks help them to make holes. See here as in the picture, this woodpecker is making holes where into the hard tree here. So this is the trunk or a branch of a tree. So this woodpecker using its beak, what is it doing? It is just making holes here. Okay, and if there are any insects inside the tree, so it is going to pick that insect from that holes and eat them as its food. Clear, children? So this is about woodpecker. Okay, and strong, short and hard beak. So again here strong, short and hard beak. Like birds such as sparrow, pigeon, peacock and finch eat seeds, grains and nuts. So what type of birds have this strong, short and hard beak, children? So as you can see here, like sparrow, this is sparrow actually, and birds such as sparrow, pigeon, peacock and finch, these type of birds, what do they eat? Seeds, grains. So children, so you might have seen sparrows around us, no? Generally, even sometimes if we have more plants in our compounds, in our front areas, so you can see most of the sparrows coming. No, we'll just throw some grains for them as food. Yes or no? Okay, so these type of birds, as we said, so they eat seeds, grains and nuts, and they have strong, short and hard beaks that help them to crack or crush their food. So because of this type of beaks, what they do, they are going to crack or crush. Crush is nothing but making it as soft substance, children. No, so whatever seeds, grains and nuts they are eating, so they are going to crush it like powder, by using their beaks. Okay, children, clear? So this is how they eat. Now the other type of birds, what we are able to see, long and slender beak. See, children, now we are seeing a long and slender beak as it is there in the picture here. So birds such as hoopoe have long and slender beaks that help to pick up insects from holes in the ground. See, so long and slender. Long is, it is long, and slender is very thin type of beak. Okay, and which type of birds have such type of beak is like hoopoe. This bird is known as hoopoe. Okay, and they have got this long and slender beaks which helps them to pick up insects from the holes in the ground. So if you see, children, woodpecker, what does it do? It makes holes in the wood, on the tree, no, of the tree, and then it will pick the insects from that tree. And here these birds, they'll pick up insects by making holes in the ground, clear, children? And this type of birds, like for example, here we have got in our diagram, we call this as hoopoe, clear? And now long pointed and straw like beak, like long pointed, no, very sharp, long, and straw, you know, children. So most of us, we use straw when sometimes when we if we small children to have water, or else to have juices, no, or else when we go to some ice cream shops to have milkshakes, all this we'll use straw. Why? To suck that liquid, no. So here also these birds, some birds have got straw like beak. Birds such as hummingbird and sunbird have long pointed and straw like beaks. Such beaks help them to suck nectar from flowers. See, children, as I said, so when we use straws to suck the liquid of some juices, milkshakes, water and all liquid forms. So here beaks also, some beaks like hummingbird and sunbird, such type of birds, they use this straw like and long pointed beak to suck the nectar from the flowers. No, we have already learnt in our plants lesson, no, that the insects get attracted towards the flowers. Why? To suck the nectar, no, to have the nectar. So what is nectar, children? It is a sugar type liquid, no, which is formed in the flower. So they get attracted to them, and these hummingbird and sunbird, so these are going to suck that nectar through their beak. Okay, children, which is available from the flowers. So this is how they eat their food. Clear, children? You can see here in the pictures the duck and goose. Okay, like we'll just see how are these beaks. Okay, broad and flat beak, see here in the picture, how are these beaks, children? They are broad and flat. Birds such as duck and goose have broad and flat beaks with two holes on either side. So what happens on this beak, this flat beak, these two birds have got holes on either side of the beak. So if this is the beak, you have got either side, this side and this side. Okay, children? And these birds take in muddy water containing worms, insects and small water plants. And what is the food of these birds, children? Okay, so they take the muddy water. So where do they live? They live in muddy water, no, which is full of mud. The water is filled with mud. In such type of places, ducks, goose, they live their life. So when they take the muddy water, so they get along with the water the worms, insects and small water plants also. Okay, then the muddy water goes out through these holes, leaving the worms, insects and water plants inside their mouth. So see children, how do these birds take their food? So they take the muddy water through their beak. So when they take this muddy water, along with that, what did we say? We also get insects, worms and some other water plants. But when they take it into their mouth, what happens? The water which is there along with the insects and worms, that water, it is going to come out through these holes. We said no, like we are having two holes on the beak on either side, this side and that side. Okay, so the water is going to come out through these holes on the beak and leaving the worms, insects and water plants inside their mouth. The what is remaining now? We are having the worms, insects and the water plants, and those are going into the mouth of these particular birds as their food. Clear children? So that is why these duck, goose and such type of birds, they have got broad and flat beak which has got two holes on the either side of the beak. Clear children? Okay, so now we'll see about this beautiful birds in the picture. So short and broad beak. Short and broad. Can you see here children? How is the beak? It is very short. No. So birds such as swallow have short and broad beaks. Okay. So swallow flies in the air with its beak open. And swallow is a very small bird children. So it is a very small bird and it has got a short and broad beak. So the beak is very short and broad. And swallow flies in the air with its beak open. See children, this bird when it flies into the air, now normally most of the birds they fly in the air, no? So when they fly it keeps its beak open. Why do keeps it beak open? Beak is nothing but the mouth for it, no? Why do it keep its mouth here open? The inside of its beak is sticky, which helps in catching the flying insects. See, why do it keeps its beak open now? Did you understand? Because its beak, inside its beak, it is sticky. It is like gum type of liquid or solid substance, okay, which helps this in catching the flying insects. In the sense, in the air, if you have any insects, when that particular insect is going to go into the mouth of through the beak, now what happens, as it is sticky, so it is able to trap that insect, it is able to catch that insect. Which insect? Which is flying in the air. So in this way it also catches the flying insects in the air by keeping its beak open. So this is how this swallow gets its food. Clear children? Now about hooked and curved beak. So as you can see here in the picture, it is a hooked in the sense, see here you can see like a hook. It's just has bended, the beak has just bent here, okay. And birds such as parrot have hooked and curved beaks. So parrot, such type of birds, beautiful birds, they have got hooked and curved beaks, and their beaks help them to break open hard fruits and nuts. So normally children, what do parrots eat? mostly they eat fruits and nuts. No. So because of this curved shape and hooked shaped beak, what happens? It can break the fruit. It can break the fruit, okay, and it can break the nuts. It can open the fruits, okay, children, and it can break the nuts and open it, and it can take them as the food. And parrots can only move their upper beak unlike other birds. See, one speciality of parrots is, so they can only move their upper beak. They can just move their upper beak only. They cannot move the down, the downwards beak. It's only the upper one they can move it. So whereas the other birds can move both the beaks, okay, children, like upper and the lower. Here parrot can move only the upper beak. Clear? Yes. Now so we'll see here about some learn about some bird feathers. Regarding bird feathers, have you seen, children, feathers of the bird? Yes, you can see it in different colors, no, different designs and colors, so they are very beautiful to watch. And feathers cover the body and wings of bird. And birds have the following three types of feathers. So what are feathers, children? So as you can see here in the picture, what are feathers? So they are the covers of the body and the wings of a bird. See here. So these are the birds, like how? So they cover their body. They cover the body and the wings of a bird. And birds have the following three types of feathers. So you are having three types of feathers. So we'll just see what are they. So the first one is body feathers. Body feathers, what are they? These cover the body of the bird. Body feathers, in the sense they cover the body of the bird. Okay, children? And now down feathers. Down feathers means these are short and fluffy feathers which keep the bird's body warm. So these are some feathers which keep the bird's body warm. In the sense they are fluffy, they are thick, they are fluffy, okay, and because of this the bird's body stays warm. Clear, children? Now, and flight feathers. Flight feathers, what are flight? Flight means, what do you remember? Flight is, we call it an aeroplane also as a flight, no? So here even our bird has got flight feathers. These are large feathers found mostly on the wings and tail of a bird. So where are these feathers, children? They are found mostly on the wings. Here, wings and on the tail. What are these? These are flight feathers. Okay, flight feathers here. And they help the birds to fly. So as we said, flight means aeroplane. Aeroplane means which flies high in the sky. No. So why we call them as flight feathers is because they are on the wings and the tail of a bird and they help the birds to fly. We call them as flight feathers. Okay, children? Clear? So hope you have understood. Okay. So children, so we'll be going to end here. So this is what we have learnt about the bird, its eating habits and how it is designed, like beaks, about the bird beaks, like how do they help them, the birds, to get the food and all. So hope you have understood. So we'll be ending here and we'll be continuing in the tomorrow's session. So until then, take care, stay well. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.